Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Terry's Moon, Flight boss, the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And I know y'all probably looking, my head ain't done or nothing like that though. But look, I told y'all I was gonna pass up Bosco. Did I tell you I was gonna pass up my hair? I gotta finish it and shit, the Medusas and shit. But passed up, I got the little hot top fade, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, Uzi next, Lil Yachty next. Then I'm passing up Lil Uzi. Then I'm passing up, who else? XX Temptation, you know what I'm saying? The little I thought I passed a little XX Temptation up, and you know what I'm saying? And you know how I'm doing that? Cause ain't no motherfucker bit of that motherfucker punk ass son is touching my goddamn head, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna rock it off like that, you know what I'm saying? And for the most part, yeah, ain't no punk ass son touching my motherfucking head, and that's gonna give me the ability, you know what I'm saying? So y'all gonna see me, I'm gonna keep my shit covered. I shouldn't even have it out right now under this motherfucker punk ass fluorescent light, but I got on a hat right now. I gotta wait till my hair is sustainable and strengthened enough so it can sustain the sunlight. So I say in like 3 months, y'all gonna see my hair. I'm gonna be like Takashi or some shit like that in this motherfucker, and they're gonna be like, how the fuck it got that fast, motherfucker? Because no motherfucking sunlight, and I wait till it's long enough to sustain itself in that motherfucking sunlight. So you know, flight boss, bitch, goddamn air. You know what I'm saying? So let's yeah, all right, for the all right, for the most part, flight boss, bitch, we're gonna get into this motherfucking shit right here. All this motherfucking fire in this plane of existence right now. We got motherfucking the sun in Aries, the moon in Aries, and guess what? Mercury went direct. So Mercury, look, the past few videos y'all just seen of me is basically the actual energy of what's going on right now when it comes to Mercury going direct. Fluids of thoughts is going on now, and then what? Like anytime Mercury going direct, it's a fluid of thoughts. You know what I'm saying? It's because it's like backed up. Anytime a retrograde come, it's like, and then stationary system come, that stability, being stable in one circumstance, and also retrograde, that's more like when past tense situations come back up due to the fact of a person, place, or thing. So since it's Mercury, it's due to a person, place, or thing that you may have disagreements before, certain conversations with, relationships with, because you know Mercury is dealing with thinking, communicating, and analyzing, right? So for the most part, that's what the retrograde brings. Now when it goes into direct, that means you're able to think, you're able to get out of that circumstance. That's not coming around anymore. You're able to think fluidly now, and thoughts are going on to create other thoughts now instead of being wrapped around into pre things that was already there and coming back up in your life. Now as far as the sign is going direct in, it's Aries. So new thoughts is being fluid now, but in the Aries way, a new and initiating and creating way. So this is where you take something and come up with a new idea about it, or a new feeling about it. But no idea is new, but the perspective is new. And it's always room for new perspective in all realms of realities, because they're all correlated to the same frequency vibrations. It's just people have to find how to correlate the energy signature of a specific thing and not get lost into the shape and form that it's coming in. So, you know, Mercury going direct right now, all of our thoughts, no matter what level of life we in, what we're going through, thoughts is being fluid now, but in an initiating and creating new ways. So try not to be too opposing, try not to be too aggressive. It may be hard to even do that, especially with me. It's conjuncting me right now. Everything is conjuncting me, so I am this energy. So when comes great power, comes great responsibility. Anytime you got any kind of conjunctions in your chart, you have to learn. How to create a balance between not going overboard but not being too passive, and that's your job and duty. Because being too passive or going too overboard will lead towards the same road when we talking about conjunctions. So right now, as far as my actions, reactions, and the way I communicate, you know what I'm saying? The sun, moon, and Mercury is in Aries right now. So I really have to make sure I don't go overboard, and make sure if I am going to go overboard, I'm in a spirit of going overboard in a good nature. Therefore, my heart is good. My heart is pure. I'm not doing things for a realm of reality that I'm trying to receive something out of. It's more in a realm of reality of being passionately overboard and spiritually overboard and things of that nature. So if you could correlate it with that energy right now, that'd be a little better, because fire deals with the spirit in general. So that's the elements that your actions and reactions need to be correlating to. So, you know, so all my Libras out there, Cancers, and the motherfucking Capricorns out there, be very careful right now too, because you're doing the same thing I'm doing, just in your own way. So I don't want to clash right now, or I don't want you to be putting yourself in circumstances where you are clashing with others. You know, just you are the leaders right now. You initiate and create. Y'all just have to do it a little bit more my way right now, like seeing and feeling about things. So Capricorn, you can't be too fixated on trying to initiate and create a new way how to think and practicalize something. You know what I'm saying? The moment you try to make something a business, the moment you try to make something too practical, too logical, the moment you try to bring something too down to earth, whatever like that, that might not sit well with others around you at this time. Cancers, you're here to express your feelings a little bit more, but also kind of in a light way, aka light. Fire brings light, not in a heavy, dense way like water and make it heavy. So you know, any kind of grudges or something like that, kind of let bygones be bygones. Whatever was done to you at this situation right now, lighten up a little bit and kind of let things flow, and don't hold on to too many things, because it could get very hectic while the weather is getting transforming. So it could transform the situation that you think is comfortable to be very uncomfortable. So you could be comfortable in your grudge, but that will manifest an uncomfortable situation to you. So you know, Cancers, kind of chill out. And you know, be a little bit more light in your heaviness. And then when we get to Libras, this is complete opposite. So you know, you have to be a little bit more, you have to gear more towards yourself, you know what I'm saying? And don't be trying to reach out or relate too much. Kind of show your partner or show the people you're in a relationship that you got some type of foundation and confirmness also, you know what I'm saying, at this time. And you actually have to show your fire, because the little bit of your air is just trying to blow fire around. No, you have to become fire now, or at least hot air, you know what I'm saying, like a hot air balloon or something like that, so you can actually float but actually still have a sense of your own spirit, and you're just not blowing around other people's spirit or blowing around fire trying to relate to other people's ideas and things of that nature. You need to get a little bit more in the energy of your own, so you can match this energy. And since you're already the balance kings and queens, you're already the relationship kings and queens, you know how to take this energy and know when you're going too overboard or with it, or when it's right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? You know how to be the justice of it, so you can sit my ass down. As your opposite, as Aries, as me trying to utilize too much of it, you know how to match that energy, but also construct it back to your way and let me know I'm going too far. But you have to actually get there, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be blowing other people fire around. You got to actually have your own idea also. And then that's what I will respect that. And then off the back, I'll be like, damn, this is a Libra telling me that. Okay, boom, boom. So that's how things go on in a circumstance situation, especially when Mercury is going direct, and then when all three planets is in fire. So you know, keep that in mind right there. So you know, our actions and reactions is correlated to initiating and creating new ways of how to see and feel about things. So the moment, like all day today and last night and shit, the moment, as soon as I get a vibration and a feeling, I had to express it, had to get it out, had to put it out through actions. And my intellect, which is Mercury, I was initiating and creating new ways of how to see and feel about these things. So 9 times out of 10, since I'm the conjunction, I didn't go overboard. I should be in the energy of it still being acceptable. Me not being too negative, or me not being too, because see, I understand these energies. Now I can do it. I could go on and on all day about a specific topic that really don't mean nothing, but I'm sitting here trying to initiate and create new ways of, and that's a person who's letting the energy take over them during the day. But you know what I'm saying? We have to take control over the energies of the day. So once I realize, okay, what I'm doing, and I realize what the energy on the earth is doing, I can match it and jump rope. And therefore, that creates the orb in between the levels of experiences for my spirit, so I can be receiving and have more wisdom and knowledge. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to get it without no experience. You have to know that. You have to understand that. So for the most part, that's how we reel ourselves in and will ourselves out of realms of realities. So you know what I'm saying? It's motherfucking deep. But yeah, for the most part, Mercury is going direct. So you know, thoughts is fluid. It's actually a new moon right now. So right now, you should be getting up off your ass acting. If you wanted that job, go put in that application. If you wanted to go do that, go put in a word. If you wanted to broadcast something, go broadcast it. If you wanted to sit up and do a lecture, go do a lecture. Right now is the motherfucking time. Start all the shit you was planning when your ass was sitting down. Like, man, I'm about to turn up. I'm about to turn up. Now is the time to motherfucking turn up. It's time to start watering and putting some fucking light on them seeds. You put light on them seeds by motherfucking acting upon them and making other people pay attention to it, or you're paying attention to it in certain ways and acting upon it, and you water it by adding emotions and feelings to it, putting it and remind you, the water means the most. So what kind of waters is you putting it in? Is you putting it in some motherfucking dirty water? Is you putting it in some motherfucking water that ain't what y'all call it? what y'all call it, that the water that y'all think is clean or whatever like that, purified or something like that, at an acidic level or whatever like that. Y'all, you might be putting it in some acidic water and things of that nature. And what do I mean by that? Having feelings that it ain't gonna work, having feelings that's gonna doubt. Quit putting dirty water on your filthy ass water on your motherfucking plants. Put some good clean ass water on there, some clean water. You wanna know what that is? Feeling like, yeah, this gonna work, this gonna grow fast, like FLIGHTZ hair. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like, damn, this gonna do this gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they having all this, boom, this world imagination in your mind and start flying off, and then you ain't gonna have no choice but to think about positive thoughts and get upset anytime somebody come trying to shoot it down or give it some type of negative thought or things of that nature. So you know what I'm saying? That's what the time we supposed to be in right now. Acting upon these things, acting on what we was just doing. That's why I put the me doing what I'm doing, putting out these videos and shit like that. I got a lot of energy right now and shit like that, because this is the time for for us to start motherfucking watering and lighting our seeds that we was planting, as far as our imagination and what we was trying to create before we see it manifested, or before we want to manifest it. So like I was saying, if you was doing too many actions when it was when the moon was still waning, if you was doing any type of particular actions or anything of that nature, those are the seeds that you was planting, and those are gonna be duds. Those seeds is gonna be duds. So you need to know that also. So yeah, it's gonna be motherfucking duds. You know what I'm saying? We in complete, the moon, your emotions and feelings is in complete blankness right now. It's blank. So it's for you to develop and create your own emotions right now. And like I said, doing this, you may have to utilize entities, emotions, and feelings that's outside of you to help correlate and construct the mixture, because you are a mixture of a smaller life. So you might have to correlate a mixture of this, and that to come up with an alchemist trick of your own emotion and feeling. So it may be a little bit of this and that. But in this reality, it's some brand new shit amongst us. You see what I'm saying? So you might have to add a little bit of love, a little bit of appreciation, a little bit of deceitfulness, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know what I'm saying, and add it into your imagination, so that world has enough volume and enough mass in there to take shape and form of the shit that you need to actually be a stable house, so you can weather the storm in the rainbow waters and the esoteric weather, motherfucker, when we bring the astrological forecast on your motherfucking ass. You see what I'm saying? God damn it. So yeah, think about this motherfucker fire that's going on right now. This motherfucker fire is intense, especially in everybody's actions. And you know, the more calmer you try to be, the more you gonna feel frustrated not to be calm. It's gonna be hard to be calm right now. That's what you need to understand. Like, you got a bunch of disconscious people, right? They might not know anything about the stars but just the sun. So they level of consciousness only could go whatever the sun give them conscious awareness of. So for the most part, these are the people that just be like, just letting the energies take them upon them and take upon this, that, and the third, and not really diving in and understanding the full potential on what's actually going on. So these would be the people that's getting frustrated, but they think it's just day-to-day life, where there's always a hierarchy. So your level of hierarchy is the planet you looking up to in the first place. This is the sun. So off the back, if the motherfucking sun, moon, and Mercury is so you can't just be conscious and not be understanding shit. You can't just be giving all this ability to the sun and not realize the moon is there and everything else is there. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be like, okay, you just can't be like, okay, the sun is doing all this, but when somebody bring up astrology or somebody bring up zodiac, oh, but that don't make sense. Nigga, the same way you coming up with conclusions on what the sun doing, don't you think other shit that the sun is around got similar type shit to correlate and calculate also? Motherfucker. These people they close themselves off and they get up mad and upset because they don't know things. So they lash out at people when they don't know shit. But you know, you gotta kind of understand shit. Don't be naive to the fact just because you're not into astrology and somebody come and tell you something about astrology and you just go based upon what you think because you in your own secluded world or box. But for the most part, you need to understand that this is what it's about. Knowledge of the stars, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we want to talk about the sun, moon, and Mercury being in motherfucking Aries, it's in fire. So if you're not consciously aware and you just think it's hard being calm and everybody acting in different type of ways, your level of knowledge of that may not be wide enough to know the meaning or reason into why that. So you may tie it to a bunch of your own shit in your own world, when really I'm here telling you that everybody panties is in a bunch right now because motherfucking Aries, the sun, moon, and Mercury is in motherfucking fire. So if Mercury is talking about ways of thinking, communicating, and analyzing, that's on fire right now. You got a bunch of rapid thoughts, a bunch of rapid shit. You probably can't even sit and listen to a whole thing of something right now. or sit and have a whole conversation with somebody right now. You know what I'm saying? Without having in your own 2 cents or something like that. Then you want to talk about motherfucking moon. Your reactions is fast paced right now. So the way you react to things is real fast. You ain't even settled on calm enough to observe the whole realm of reality of that of what you just absorbed as far as the waters. You see what I'm saying? So boom, as soon as you caught the vibration, boom, you start reacting and responding. Boom, rapidly, fast, trying to initiate and create new ways of how to feel and respond to this shit. Then the sun is in motherfucking Aries also. So your actions is just the way you see things. So a lot of times you're not even seeing things in the way other people are seeing it right now because you're too busy trying to initiate and create your own way of seeing it and feeling about it. So you see all this, that's fire. Don't think I'm talking about fire like, but too much fire, you can get burnt. Too much of this can get your ass transformed. For real. You know what I'm saying? Flight bus, bitch. And I just wanted to talk about Mercury going direct. Getting ready to go direct. And all these motherfucking elements, all these fucking planets being in motherfucking fire right now. So if you sitting back trying to relax and you find yourself kind of hard to sit back and relax or hard to sleep, this is why. It ain't because of God. It ain't because of this, that, and third. It's because of the beings and the beings we're relative to right now, and all of us relating to each other. And we hot right now. Spring. Flight bus, bitch. Goddamn air.